All right, gang. So, Chapter 11. We're going to deal with Intune device management. Now, when we're done, we'll be able to describe Microsoft Intune as a device management solution, support mobile devices, manage devices with Microsoft Intune, deploy software updates using Microsoft Intune, manage apps with Microsoft Intune. All right. So, what is Microsoft Intune? That's a replacement for a former service called Windows Intune, and it provides the network administrator with full-featured management services without the overhead of building up a large on-premise network infrastructure. Mobile devices can be managed directly or through on-premises connectors. Mobile device management capabilities are mobile application management, password management, manage device capabilities, reset, wipe, retire devices, deploy profiles for VPN, certificates, email, and Wi-Fi, and manage corporate-owned Apple iOS devices. When it comes to Intune, desktop computers can also be managed. Intune Desktop Client is capable of managing software updates, antivirus and malware protection, remote assistance, and software license management. We've got an account portal when it comes to Intune. It's used to manage user accounts and licensing, to use Intune, monitor service health, and manage billing and purchases in Intune subscription. Sometimes referred to as the admin portal. There's also an admin console. It's used to manage the majority of Intune service features such as distributing policies, performing updates, managing protection, and running reports. Administrators configure and enable a company portal, and that'll be specific to different departments, devices, software, etc. So, if System Center 2012 configuration managers implemented in the organization, Intune integration can maintain a consistent management experience for computers joined to the Active Directory and those that are not. We've got full Intune product ads, anti-malware, patching, app pros. It's a list of them there. And when it comes to signing up for Intune, you can sign up as a standalone cloud service or as part of the Enterprise Mobility Suite. Let's go look at adding users to Intune. We've got this interface. We can go add users or other ways to add users. Office 365 apps use the naming format called User Principal Names, UPNs. Active Directory can support identifying a user with a unique UPN. It's formatted as user ID at the domain. Okay. Up through a little bit. Now, when Intune is first configured, the IT administrator must select if Intune will be the only service managing those mobile devices, or if it'll share the responsibility with an on-premises SCCM. Okay, so we've got to configure this thing, get it all laid out the way it's supposed to be laid out, and determine who's controlling it, if it's going to be shared control. Now, supporting mobile devices. Management of mobile devices is referred to as MDM, Mobile Device Management. Management of mobile apps is referred to as MAM, or Mobile Application Management. All right. An Apple iOS device requires special certificate to establish a trust between that device and the Intune system. Now, desktop computers can be managed via Intune by installing an Intune client on that local computer. The Intune client can be downloaded from the Intune Administrator portal and saved by the Intune Administrator to a central location. Intune supports both 32-bit and 64-bit operating systems from Vista to Win 10. As long as it's not a home edition and does not already have a management client, such as SCCM or SMS. Devices to be managed must be controlled. Here's our interface where we go manage specific devices. Take a step further is the admin view. We can group devices and users together and manage them as groups and make it easier, more efficient to apply the control over them or whatever we're going to do with them. Okay, here's our interface with groups view. We've got inventory reporting where Microsoft Intune includes several predefined reports available to the administrator. We've got a list of different reports. We control and monitor alerts through Intune. And the different categories of alerts, system monitoring, remote assistance updates, endpoint protection policy, and notices. The different policies. Microsoft Intune policies apply to computers and mobile devices, whether they're joined to the domain or not. The different policies are configuration policies, compliance policies, conditional access policies, corporate device enrollment policies, terms and condition policies. Here's our interface where we go manage those policies. That's policy view. We can see we come down the different views, apps, alerts, licenses. Now we're down to policies. We got reports, admin, groups. So here's within Intune, and then we just drill down from there. Okay. Okay. If you want to deploy software updates using Microsoft Intune, updates to the apps can be managed for approval, deployment, and installation while monitoring the deployment. The updates workspace in the Intune administration console is used to manage those updates. Okay. So here we go. That's the updates. I just pointed to it previously. We can push those on out. Here we're deploying software license or software updates using Intune. I'll go pick whatever the update is, and we'll just go run it from there. Deploying software updates using Intune. The update report lists computers using report criteria such as update classification and update status for selected device groups. An update has to be approved by the Intune administrator for it to be available for installation. Managing apps and Microsoft Intune. Intune can publish apps to specific devices or users through the apps workspace of the Intune admin console. And here we are in the apps section of the Intune console. We can add apps in there as well through admin. There we go. And here we are. It's Microsoft Intune Software Publisher Wizard and an application to perform the installer selection. You go ahead and select the platform, specify the location for the software files, and we'll go from there. Now here we are, the application description settings of whatever the application may be that's being pushed out, and application file upload to cloud storage. Here's our apps listing, and deploying apps using Microsoft Intune. Admin highlights the app in the app list, clicks Manage Deployment on the top of it, and that previous figure that I showed you. We can go through required install, available install, uninstall, or it's not applicable. So here we go. Here's app properties for an app that's already there. Microsoft Intune's is device management solution for a variety of devices. It can be combined with on-premises SCCM or configured to run from the cloud. Users and computers can be grouped with Intune. A service administrator can be created to manage a portion of the Intune environment, Intune supports the generation of alerts and notifications that are customizable to those areas that are important to the Intune administrator. Devices and computers managed by Intune can have policies applied to them to configure features and settings. Remote computers can be managed from the Intune Administrator console. We can run updates, deploy software from Microsoft Intune. Here we go.